Hello Pisces, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. For others of you, this could be a current relationship. For a small portion of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met. And there's a lot of chemistry. There you go. Right there. Past life spiritual connection. You guys do have a spiritual connection. There's a lot of chemistry, but no one's really speaking up. It's very intense. I'm hearing that you guys can hear each other's thoughts. Words unspoken. You understand each other. Wow. Okay. So for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. All right. We have here energy, followed by play, mystery, awakening, death and rebirth, illness, wellness, compassion, embracing the shadow. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have feelings and emotions. I'm going to express to you, Pisces, what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Pisces, you have turned my world upside down. And certain things that have happened, I thought I could adapt. I thought I could change my perspective. It turns out that I can't. Part of me is quite stuck, quite arrogant and stubborn. I feel a spiritual connection with you, where there is this understanding that you have this way of bringing me this enlightening feeling. I feel enlightened by you. The feelings that I have right now, they are transitory. They come and go, but at the end of the day, for some reason, I feel a spiritual bond with you. And no matter where I go, no matter what I do, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. A part of me feels that you are my best friend. You are my confidant. You make me feel alive again, vibrant again, young again. You make me want to live my life to the fullest. And I do feel that in this connection, I have questioned, why is it that you're in my life? Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Why not far into the future? Is there a reason why you're here? Are we meant to be together? Are we supposed to be together? There's something familiar about you. Every time I think about you, every time I see you, I get the feeling and the sense of home. You are my home. Even though there may not have been a lot of time between us, a lot of memories, there's still something that is so unique and so different, and yet I feel comfortable with it. A part of me also feels sometimes when you're not there, I can smell your scent. When you're not there, I can feel your presence. So many things have changed in my life. And I've realized now that it's important for me to take a step back and to appreciate that softness that comes from you. You don't even have to try. By default, I have affection for you. And I truly have had a spiritual awakening. For once, I'm starting to see things differently. I'm evaluating things differently, viewing them in a very unique way. I see things from your perspective finally. I have put myself into your shoes, trying to make sense of it all. And things do make sense. This has changed my perspective. And what I want to do now is put to rest, put to sleep all that happened before, but start something new. Start something brand new. I have not told you everything that has gone on in my life, my past. But the truth is, I can't be with you the way that you want me to be. I have had these issues in the past, and I haven't really opened up to you. And I understand by me not opening up, there's a can of worms that I have covered up. I'm not talking to you about the things that bother me the most. Not about you, but the circumstances that I am in. The things that weigh me down. I find myself now in a situation where there is a sense of depression, despair, devastation, and hopelessness. I find it difficult to release myself from this. I can't release myself. I have tried, over time, to reach out and to be that person who can make a difference. But I can't, because there are restrictions, constraints, burdens, emotional trauma that weigh me down below the surface of this water, and I see you above as the shining sun, but I just can't connect with you. Because there are things that weigh me down. Because of the way that I have interacted with you, the way that I have treated you over time, the things that you have suffered and that you have gone through. There's a part of me now finally that has this sense of empathy, compassion, sympathy. Things are different. I also feel that in this connection, there's a sense of awkwardness, a feeling of just being uncomfortable. Yes, I do feel quite uncomfortable if I was to reach out to you. Not because of the things that you have said or done, but because of the lack of things that I have done and I have said. Things that I should have done that I never did. And I know it's created a different impression. Right now in my life, you have seen a part of me that was very awkward. A part of me that was very dark. There was a lot of impulsiveness, being compulsive, aggressive, selfish, having things my way and only my way. I understand the things that have happened and the things that you had to witness. And I've put you into a difficult situation where things are just not comfortable anymore. Things are very awkward now. That is the dark side of me. That is the shadow side. And I need someone to embrace that, because that is a part of who I am. Overall, I do feel these feelings and emotions that exist. They exist for you. You are someone who is sweet. You are my guiding light. And at times, this relationship is quite forbidden. But I still try. Because I have hope. All right. Pisces. Your person of interest here definitely has that emotional aspect and the spiritual aspect. These two are really important in a relationship, the emotional, spiritual, and the physical. I also see here with the Death and Rebirth card, some of you, now not all of you, this is a general love reading, but some of you want to pursue this connection. You want things to move forward in a positive way. Others of you, you may just be very, very tired of this person, and now you just don't want to move forward, and that's okay. But here, what I'm seeing is a desire that this person has for a second chance. Yes. So your person of interest here does want a second chance with you. All that happened before is put to rest, and now moving forward, there's a desire to restart this connection. What kind of connection? A spiritually based romantic connection. This is either a past life, or the both of you have shared a past life together, or it could be a lifetime that hasn't happened yet, but it's a future life where you're scheduled to be together. Either way, in the spiritual realm, you guys actually recognize each other. That's why it's so intense. I do have, if some of you are looking for a package for past life, I do readings. Please have a look at my website. Also, I have Asnointia Audio. That's my other YouTube channel, and you can see some videos there on past life and spiritual connections, just to give you a better understanding as to what it's all about. And you'll notice a lot of people have gone through the same things. All right. Let's have a look here. We have, or rather similar things people have gone through. Similar scenarios. The feelings are very much the same. It doesn't matter if you're a twin flame, a soulmate, or a karmic partner. The intensity is still there. It's hard to let go, and people start to obsess. And there's a feeling of this magnetism. It's almost like this lightning bolt. For some of you, not all of you. But when it's that type of feeling, and you feel this energy, this huge energy, that is beyond your body. That is definitely your soul. And in the spiritual realm, the both of you are resonating with each other. You know each other. Here I have the Lover's Path Tarot. So this is a deck that I like to have a look at to see what happened in the past. So certain things have happened in this connection. Things were going great. But then all of a sudden, it kind of stopped and it started going downhill. There was progression, but then there was change. What I like to look at here is a little bit into your past. What happened in the first place that caused the problem? So some of you here, you may actually be in a connection where you deserved that sense of closure. But this person may not have given you that. They may have faded over time. They may have ghosted you. They may have abandoned you. The promises that they kept, they were just broken. And you're wondering, what did you do? Was it your fault? Most likely not. Here we also have the 5 of arrows that I'm going to read in the reverse, and the 6 of coins. The first set of cards I just looked at, that is the upright, and those cards are the current status. This is a little bit into your past. So let's see what this person was up to, what was going on in their mind at the time, something that they did not share with you. All right, this is huge. 5 of arrows. It talks about struggle, distrust, and arguments. So there was struggle back in the day in this connection because there was a sense of distrust, and because of that there were arguments or heated discussions. A lack of trust that leads to conflict, possibly and possibility of defeat or feelings of defeat. The need for self-protection or caution. And there's discomfort and struggle with the situation. There's a sense of a disingenuous surrender, and defeat was felt, possibly because of indecisiveness. Some of the reasons here for the struggle and distrust was because of paranoia and dishonesty. So disingenuous surrender here means that, let's just say 2 people go out, they're in the parking lot, they're about to leave their home. One says, look, the sky is green, and you know the sky is blue. However, you will not question it. You will just surrender to it and say, yeah. The sky is green, let's just move forward, let's just go. Just for the sake of saying yes, somebody just says yes. And sometimes in relationships, we do not argue because we just don't want to fight. Here, the problem was that there was a disingenuous surrender. This person surrendered to you, Pisces. This is not good. They surrendered to you, thinking that it would make them feel happy. However, they did not see the depth of this connection, the feelings that truly could have meant something. It could have been more. But it was not more. It was quite less. We have a situation here with the 5 of Arrows where there is paranoia and dishonesty. Why was this person paranoid? You remember you had the illness wellness card. Well, that talks about trauma, emotional trauma, things that have happened in the past. So now I link that card with this. And yes, this does mean that your person of interest has had some history in their life where things were pretty crappy. They were not good. And it has ruined them as a person. It creates distrust, dishonesty. They feel that you're dishonest, even if you're not. They're paranoid. They will be nitpicky. They will be suspicious about everything. So that is a problem. We also have here the 6 of Coins. The 6 of Coins, let's have a look. This talks about a lack of generosity that this person felt. They didn't want to help others. They didn't feel much for charity because they felt that their fortune and fate and destiny was not very positive. There was a lack of appreciation of the people around them. Here it talks about using wealth to manipulate others and giving with expectations, but also resenting those people who needed any sort of help. Now, this card is one of those cards that could either be yourself or it could be this person. Okay? One, either they were using wealth or some form of control that they had over you in order to manipulate you. But they were also giving by having expectations in return. If I do this for you, then you're going to do this for me. However, love is supposed to be selfless. We also have here resenting those who needed help. They just had an opinion of the people around them. Now, what's interesting, if by chance this is what they're feeling for you, this is what they felt. They felt that you were using manipulation and some type of tactic to get what you want, to persuade them. They also thought that you were very selfish because you were giving by having expectations in return. We also have here resenting those who needed help. They also thought that you weren't very much of a person that's generous. Now, this is not going to resonate for everybody. This would be a small portion of you. And you'd have to let me know in the comments below, is this you? Is this your person of interest? Either way, the card has come up where there's a lack of trust, there's some paranoia here, and somebody here feels that they were manipulated. Now, most likely this is you, Pisces, that's why you're here, most likely, but sometimes it could also be that they felt that these characteristics and these traits came from you. What I'm seeing here, this is not a you problem, this is a them problem. This is something that they had in terms of, the feelings and emotions that are going on inside of them. This is something they have to settle on their own. This is not something you can do. And the problem with this is that they may think that it's somebody else's responsibility to make them feel better, but it's not. No matter what you do, no matter what the next person does, this person is still going to feel paranoid, and feel that there is dishonesty. So this person is a little spiteful, a little jaded. Something happened in their past that has turned them into what they are today. Not good, but it's not as if you can really do anything, to change it. You have to be yourself. You have to be your genuine self. I'm seeing the word surrender. Either this person is going to surrender to the higher authority. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot, 5 of Swords. Interesting. Followed by Hermit. Not bad. So with this deck, this is the Beginner's Tarot. I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have going forward. Let's see. Okay, there you are. Interesting. Now, because of that sense of paranoia and dishonesty, there's also, and that feeling of distrust, right? Unfortunately, there's also distance. This is distance that is created over time. We have here the 5 of Swords. There is a sense of stubbornness, but also ego-oriented competition. Your person of interest is in that mindset that, you know what? If I can't have you, no one can have you. Sometimes it's flattering, sometimes it's annoying. But here, your person of interest feels that there is competition and they don't want to be at the end. They want to be the first person in line to be with you. They realize this. So they are understanding the value of who you are in this connection and how you bring wonderful things to the table. As a person, they are going to take a step back, and there's going to be distance here between them, between you, and the rest of the world. Yes, there's going to be distance. We have here the Hermit. With the Hermit card, it talks about your person of interest here is going to take a step back. They are trying to see who they are and why they do the things that they do. They're examining the relationship that they have with themselves, not with you. It starts from within. How do they feel about the things that have happened? Internally, what are they feeling? So here I do see a situation where your person of interest really does want to improve themselves. They're trying to improve themselves, and what's happening is this is someone who is forcing oneself into isolation, into loneliness, a recluse, trying to figure out, by keeping the world aside and being that hermit, trying to regain balance from the everyday world problems and to see the viewpoint. However, shutting out the entire world, just not talking to anybody. Something that they might be asking themselves is, why do I do what I do? Why did I treat Pisces like this? Because you see, Pisces, if they don't figure this out, whether it's you or somebody else, they're still going to have this attitude. They're still going to have this mindset. And what's really good is that because of that spiritual awakening, you have really changed this person's perspective. That's good. You have started to make this person think differently. And why are they even putting this effort in? Because of the 4 of Cups. This is someone who is waiting to see what your reaction is going to be over time. However, they themselves are feeling bored. They're feeling depressed, hopeless. They know that other opportunities have come to them, but they have not taken those opportunities. They do not want to. They're ignoring everything that is coming to them. We also have here Justice. The Justice card here talks about having that equal balance, that equal give and take. Before, there was a lack of that. Now, there's this understanding that, you know what? Things have to be equal if I want something to be moving forward in this connection equally, having a better balance, having that harmony. And this person didn't do that before. They've only started to realize this. And they will start to realize this only after the hermit mode, because then they're wiser. We also have here the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, it talks about how your person of interest, for some of you this could be, that they're stalking you online, that they're maybe trying to find out things about you from the grocer, from the teller, anybody that they know that knows you. They're trying to figure out what you're up to these days. And this could be like face-to-face, talking to somebody, or it could be just indirectly looking online. The reason why they do this and they're not facing you is because they have lost. They've lost all confidence. Because of that dishonesty and that paranoia, right? That fear. They don't feel that they are good enough, that they are old enough, they are wise enough. They don't feel that. This is the problem. Because of this feeling, that sort of lack of security, that lack of self-esteem, that lack of confidence, they sit from a distance and they observe. The problem with this is that there is a lack of movement going forward, because all this person is doing, they're like on a reconnaissance mission. It's like they're on a stakeout and they're just looking from a distance, but they're not saying anything. They're not doing anything. They're sizing you up. They're trying to see what they're up against. Is there anybody else in your life? They don't like that. What I'm seeing here is an underlying plan that one day this person wants to reach out to you. However, as of right now, Pisces, as in some of the other readings I've done in this upload, no, there is no activity that this person's doing towards you right now. They're not really taking action towards you. And plus, we are dealing with a page, not a knight, not a queen or a king. This is a page, somebody that does not have confidence, somebody who is really lacking that and lacking wisdom. This person is shy. So what's needed here is a moment to self-reflect, to understand why an individual does what they do, and then figure out how they can make things better in this connection. I have here another deck. This is Archangel Answer Cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Okay, we have here opportunity. Let go and ask for help from others. Followed by remain positive. Then we have reconsider. Have another peekaboo card. You actually have a couple here. My goodness, I wonder if you could see this. Okay. And there you have it. So you have two extra cards that have popped up here, but it's also because a lot of things have happened and now there's a choice that needs to be made. Some of you are pretty done with the convincing. You've tried to convince this person, what will it take for me to tell you that I love you, that I'm faithful, that I'm dedicated, that I'm committed? What will it take, right? No matter how much you say, for a small portion of you, no matter how much you say it, it's just not going to, you're not going to be able to drill this into this person's mind. It's because the mindset is different. It's because they're hurt, right? And they think on a very different level. It's not like the things that you've gone through. They've gone through slightly different. And you might have gone through worse, but you've made it. This person right now is in a phase and stage in their life where they are trying to become that person who's wise so that they can finally make a decision and move forward. Some of you might not want that at this point because you're kind of done. And some of you may just try to stick through it. You're going to try to see if this actually works out. And you want to work towards a better outcome. So I see here opportunity. First card's the strongest. There is going to be an opportunity coming forward at some point in time. However, it is important for you, as the cards recommend here, and the angels recommend, to let go. Because this person is in a situation where they really are trying to figure out what's going on in their life. How can they make their life better? It's important for you to let go. So here, by letting go, it also just talks about giving them their freedom, right? If they need their me time, you give them their me time. This also means by letting go, you focus on yourself. In the meantime, you can also ask for help from others. This tells me that there are certain things in life that you might not know about regarding this person. There might be something very different about this individual, and you have no idea about it. So it's important for you to get some perspective from other people. These could be people that you trust, your family, your friends, right? Your loved ones. Make sure it's nobody that feels even the slightest bit of jealousy, because then we do get the evil eye. We also have here remain positive. The only reason this came up is because so much has happened and you have become quite negative because of the results and the outcomes of everything that's happened over time. It's piled up in this connection. So it's hard to stay positive. Eventually, what's going to happen when you ask for help from others, you're going to learn a few techniques, a few concepts, different principles, and your mindset is going to change. Because of this change, you will finally be able to reconsider what it is that you were going to say, you were going to do, how you were going to move forward in this connection. In the near future, it says there are going to be, excellent, so happy for this, big, happy changes. So in the near future, there are going to be big, happy changes. They're going to be big and you're going to be happy about it. We also have here helpful people. So as it says above, ask for help from others. You also have here helpful people. So this season, it talks about you interacting, going back, hanging out with your friends, things like that, but talking to people about the stuff that's been holding you back, the stuff that's really been on your mind. And this is you having a heart-to-heart, right? Helpful people could also be forums online, threads online, YouTube videos, other videos, resources, books on relationships, other issues that you might be facing in that relationship. Like I'm seeing the word ADHD right now. So it could be that you're dating somebody who has ADHD and how to handle someone like that and be in a relationship like that and make it successful. It is very challenging. Personally, I know. So it is important to know certain things, and it doesn't have to be you physically just talking to somebody face to face. It could also be getting some resources that have been written and created. The content is created by people, by helpful people. Okay? Now, it's interesting here we have, it's up to you. It's up to you. This tells me that certain things have happened in this connection, and sometimes you really just want to move on. And sometimes you think, okay, should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? This is totally up to you. Some of you, if you have gone through too much and you feel that, enough is enough and it's a repetitive cycle, you don't see that things are improving. It's okay for you to move on. The outcome will still be there at the end of the day. Even if you were to make a different choice, there's going to be big, happy changes. We also have the overall arching theme, a very beautiful, a very positive card. The situation will improve. So this does tell me that at some point in time, the hurdles, the obstacles, the hardships that you have been going through with this person, things are going to start to seem a bit better as time goes by, because the situation will eventually improve. Pisces, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read the comments as much as I can. Tell me your stories. What part of this reading actually resonated? I do use sometimes this content to create information on my other channel well, let me put it the other way. I use the information that you provide me to create content on the other channel. That's what I meant to say. And my other channel is Asnointia Audio. That is on YouTube. The videos are absolutely free, just like this channel. There you could see some videos on past life and spiritual connections. And I have a few there. You'll find them quite interesting. One is called Past Life and Spiritual Connections. The other is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. Sorry, I can't speak. And with that, I have information on twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners. That is something that this connection is all about. And it is not easy letting go, especially if you are in a spiritual connection with a person and you're bound together in that way. We also have videos on relationship-related advice, as well as one video that I have on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove. Some of you may be interested in a personal reading. I do have personal readings. Please see if you can place an order as soon as possible because the slots do fill up fast. I have one that is open for past life and spiritual connections. Not all the time is it past life. It could be a future lifetime. But it does show me the connection that the both of you have on a soul level. I also have my love reading. So this is a written report plus an audio, and I provide that to you. It's very detailed. Also, I have the chakra checkup package, which is to help you get rid of negative energy. So I do have the ability of seeing virtually in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body, negative energies, which are in your chakra centers inside of your body. These negative energies, this could be a jinn, demon, evil spirit, and I do this also with the help of my angel guide, Angel Fakil. So we have a look, we tell you what we see, and I teach you how to get rid of these things. Well, she doesn't tell you, but she talks through me. So she gives me this information as well. She confirms it. I see it, and she confirms it. And then afterwards, I teach you the easiest method, honestly, to get rid of such negative energies. It's very easy. Also, for those of you that are interested, please have a look at some of my self-help guides. If it's not too serious, but you know there's still some, nasty negative energy there, the Holy Light package is very helpful as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support, your encouragement. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. And please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys again. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.